Hey guys, this is Mark Hurt. I'm doing fourth part of the DigitalGirl written video guide. Basically, I left off. I was about to vertex weight the character. Did that really quickly, just enough to get on with the demonstration. Arms and stuff work, yada yada. But some of the deforming is kind of messed up, but put too much time into it. Okay, so ready to replace the skeleton, because if you remember, I used my own custom skeleton so that I could use mirror in my skin weighting. So yeah, we're gonna try just replacing the skeleton the simple way, and if that doesn't work, we'll do it the long drawn out way. Okay, so let's first do the easy way, which is by replacing the skeleton with the default skeleton we saved before. Open that and highlight everything except for the geometry. Okay, import that. Do you want to replace materials now? Okay, so you can see the bones have inverted again, but those in themselves are inverted. They're like backwards. They're like inverted backwards. So I don't know if that'll work, but I'm gonna try it because I can't remember if it worked last time for me or not. So I'm just going to try and see what happens. If it doesn't, we'll just do it the other way. It's no big problem. So let's see. Just delete that really quickly. We're going to export this now. You notice we use Polytrans import. The documents included with Sexy Beach 3 utility don't seem to work with the export thing. I don't know if he changed the program a bit or something. It doesn't accept some of the stuff, but anyway, we're going to be using the Panda exporter for 3ds Max, which is a bit more stabler. So I'm just going to call this pod. Sorry. Just if you want to see the options, I'm using an older plugin for 3ds Max 8. Using text, using subarchy, textures. I'm not doing anything with textures. Animations, I'm just using 3ds Max. Mesh normals, coordinates. That's it. And then these. Okay. Okay. That's gonna dump out. Now we go here and we can open the model. Okay. Where is it? Mod. Alright. Okay, so if we click on this, automatically it should pop up. And what you don't want is this multiple hierarchy thing. You only want one hierarchy. So I did something wrong. So I'm going to go back. Let's see. Okay, so this thing. I'm going to delete that bone. And what else was the problem? Mesh 5. Okay, so you have to take your mesh. Ooh. You take your mesh and you're gonna link it. You're gonna link your mesh to one of these 4 nodes. I'm gonna click on the body. Alright, let's try exporting again. Alright. I'm just gonna click on File, Reopen File. It's gonna refresh the X file. It's gonna pop up automatically. We're gonna check the list again. It's good. We only have one hierarchy and one mesh. Okay. Depending, I think this has to be on replace, not merge. Okay, so we'll just click on add and replace. It'll do its thing, and you can see that our object 5, which is actually this mesh here, is now imported in here. Okay. Whoa. So as I thought, the bones are kind of screwy on the left side again. So yeah. Okay. So we'll just go back and replace that skeleton. Okay. So. Okay. So the only option is to replace the skeleton with the original skeleton, which isn't a big deal. It's going to take some extra time. I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay. Hopefully I can devise a better way of doing this later on, but whatever. Okay, before you do anything to the skeleton, we're going to save our weights. To do that, click on Skin, and under the Advanced Parameters, you can save and load your weights. We're just going to save that. I just called it 1. Okay, and now we can delete that and add it back on later. Okay, we're going to hide the mesh. We're going to, oops. We're going to just delete the skeleton. No, actually, we're going to keep the skeleton, sorry. What you're going to do is press Alt-X, and it'll bring it to see-through mode. You could also go right-click and go to Properties, and also go to see-through mode too that way. Same thing. Okay, and then right-click and go to Freeze. Okay, we're going to import Bryn's default skeleton. Untick geometry, you don't need that. Click on the skeleton. It's going to prompt you about duplicate names. Just click on Apply All Duplicates and go to Merge. Okay, good. Alright, so now you can click on Unfreeze All, and we're going to do some bone matching. And we start from the top of the hierarchy, which would be this koa bone, whatever. So we're going to click on Align, then we're going to click on H, which is actually this thing called Select whatever. So when you click on H, it'll bring up the same list. Okay. So we're going to click on this and click on H, and then we'll click on Koa. And make sure you have pivot, X, Y, Z, nothing else, okay? And you can see that the Koa from the okay, I got confused. The grayed out one is our modified skeleton. The blue one is the original, so you can see that the original has moved to our modified. Okay, so we're just gonna keep doing that until all the blues kind of match up with our grays, and there's not that many really, aside from the fingers do kind of add a lot, but you don't have to click H each time. You can just click on a bone and then like click there and then click on the next bone you want, like. But I already know where each bone is and what its name is. Like, that's the Cata2, this is the Cata2, right? But if you didn't know, you would highlight this bone, then go to your list, and you could definitely find it that way, okay? Because that way you can just match up names. But it's faster if you just kind of memorize it, which isn't too difficult because there's not that many bones, like I said. Like, you'll get used to it after a while. So yeah, we'll just keep going at it. We got like 8 minutes, okay. So the structure isn't that too much different. Like most often, the bone changes I make are kind of minimal because like just human physiology. Like humans, like when our height changes, I think it only occurs in like our legs or something. So same thing with like a skeleton of a model. Mostly the change is going to occur in the legs. So most of the torso should be unedited, I guess. So yeah, like it is an extra step. Like you could argue that creating a new skeleton or using a modified skeleton is kind of a waste of time because you have to go through this. But I assure you, if you're using, like, working on a very complicated model, which has like millions of polygons, you're gonna want to have the ability of the mirror, and I think this kind of outweighs the negative side of having to realign all the bones. But like I said, like I have to come up with a better method than aligning all the bones individually, because this is a pain in the ass. But once we get that locked down, then it's no problem, right? But for now, like, realistically, it's not that much of a problem. Okay, like just taking some time, but relatively, you can see I'm just like babbling on here. Like I've done this like a million times, but like once you get the, like I find after you get the upper body done, the lower body is just like 6 pieces, like it's just a leg, and it's very easy. Yeah. And I'm sure some people would be like really fast at this. Like I'm going kind of slow here, but I wonder if there's like a hotkey for this. I never checked. There probably is a hotkey for using the alignment tool. I don't know what it is, but I'm sure you could even assign one too. Also, just be sure you're moving the blue ones and not the gray ones. It happened a few times to me. Like I start like moving blue ones, and then I start moving gray ones, and I'm like, oh man, and then I'm just kind of screwed. Okay. Okay, oh, it is. I'm like, what the heck? Where are the legs? Okay, these are the legs, I guess. Okay, so that's the bum bone. And I think these are the legs. Alright. That's why I like using a rebuilt skeleton, because it's built properly. You know what you're doing, right? But yeah. Did I attach that to the right spot? No, I didn't. Put it down. Okay, so that I think I called it 8. So that took like 4 or 5 minutes to do this whole procedure of making a whole new skeleton. Yeah, and I said last time that I'm going to be deleting these stupid skirt bones because they have no purpose. It's just extra work for us to rig, and they're not required. Unfortunately, DigitalGirl does not support physics of cloth and stuff like that. I hope the new one does, but this one doesn't. So when I can, I just avoid using skirt bones because they don't actually really work in the game. Alright, so we're just gonna run out of time. Kind of a waste of time, but anyway, I've shown you how to do that, and what we're going to do now is get rid of the gray skeleton. You should be able to grab it. It'll be called all root. Yeah, okay, so that's that. You can delete that. Hopefully we did not delete our model. Okay, good. That head can stay there. We're just going to now initialize or implement the skin modifier and load our weights back. Okay, but we have to add all the fun stuff back. Okay, so there's some extra stuff I have to delete still. Oh shoot. This thing. I don't know why that always stays there. Alright. You only want one all root. Okay. And just might be confusing because I know what I'm working with the skeleton for so long. I'm kind of second nature to me, but see, you want like the first bone, which is the top of the hierarchy, should be closest to the left pane, right? Nothing else should be touching the left pane. See, this mesh should be attached to a node. That way, it's a part of the hierarchy. Meaning, if you move the very first top model or object, it'll move the rest. Okay, so that's what I'm watching to see that everything's attached to my hierarchy. If I have something touching the left pane, I then have 2 hierarchies, and when I import it back into Section Beach Utility, it's going to cause problems. Okay, but anyway, so I got everything on a single hierarchy now. Okay, good. Let's do that again. So trying to add the bones again. Remember not to add those top 4 or 5, whatever, and don't add those bottom ones either. Okay. Okay. Oh, that's a null. Okay, we'll just get rid of that one. Anyway, let's go back to load. That's the thing I saved before. Click on match by name and untick load endpoints. Okay, and the weight should be there. Hopefully, if they're not, that sucks. I'll just test by moving an arm. Alright, I'm happy with that. Okay, so this video is pretty much over. Sadly, next video we'll actually get it back into the game, hopefully, now that the skeleton's replaced with a proper skeleton. Okay, so that's it. This video was just about swapping.